Can an independent candidate flip a safe Republican seat in Nebraska? In most American political events, a candidate's arrival is a major event. Crowds gather, staff prepare, and the candidate becomes the focus. This wasn't the case when Dan Osborn, an independent Senate candidate in Nebraska, arrived early at his October 22 Omaha event on Social Security. Instead, he blended in, mingling with the crowd. Despite this modest approach, Osborn aims to unseat Republican incumbent Deb Fischer in one of the country's safest seats. A poll by The Economist and YouGov shows Osborn trailing Fischer by 8 points among committed voters. Although his chances are slim, they're not negligible. A New York Times poll taken around the same time places him only 2 points behind, which could influence Senate control. Even a narrow Fischer win would show that uncompetitive states can offer challenges to complacent incumbents. Osborn's campaign has a unique backstory. He entered the race last year after union leader Mike Helming, initially planning to run, had to withdraw due to work obligations, then recruited Osborn. He initially approached the Nebraska Democratic Party, which wasn't fielding a candidate, but chose to run as an independent after the primary deadline, gaining independence over Democratic support. This strategy seems effective. Both Nebraska Senate seats are up for election. Pete Ricketts, the other Republican incumbent, leads his Democratic opponent by 18 points, indicating that Osborn has succeeded in drawing Republican voters. Why is he gaining traction? His relatable Nebraskan persona likely helps. His political background is limited to union leadership as a Kellogg mechanic for 22 years and service in the Navy and National Guard. His campaign critiques Fischer's prioritization of business interests. A union-affiliated super PAC backing him has run ads in rural newspapers and radio stations detailing her record. Yet Osborn's biggest appeal may be his independence. His platform is diverse. He criticizes billionaires, advocates higher taxes for Social Security, and is tough on illegal immigration. He likens himself to Joe Manchin, the independent West Virginia senator, while campaign ads emphasize Fischer's alleged betrayal of Trump. Most Nebraskans expect Osborn to side with Democrats if elected. However, 17% think he'd be bipartisan, and among these voters, Osborn leads Fischer by a wide margin. Fischer's response has included a super PAC linking Osborn to Bernie Sanders, who supported the Kellogg strike, and labeling him a liberal Democrat in disguise. This and partisan instincts may save Fischer's seat. However, Osborn's campaign hints Republicans are vulnerable in red states. His success highlights a perception problem for Democrats, who often seem out of touch or condescending toward working-class communities, according to Robin Johnson of Monmouth College. Democrats might consider stepping back in more conservative states.